Texas State football team faced a tough challenge on Saturday evening, ultimately succumbing to Arizona State with a score of 34-15. Many fans had hoped the Bobcats might disrupt the Sun Devils' momentum after a narrow defeat in their previous encounter in 2024. But Texas State found themselves in a significant hole by halftime, trailing 20-3. Texas State's head coach, Kinne, reflected on the game during the post-game Zoom call, stating, "When you play a really good team like that on the road, we've got to start faster." This sentiment underscores the critical need for teams to establish early momentum, especially against formidable opponents. Looking ahead, the Bobcats will return to San Marcos the following week to take on Nicholls. Here are some notable observations from Texas State's latest match. Quarterback Brad Jackson faces challenges. In the previous week's game against UTSA, Texas State quarterback Brad Jackson appeared remarkably calm under pressure, showcasing impressive composure and skill. He moved the ball effectively, displaying a maturity that belied his status as a redshirt freshman. However, the contest against Arizona State was a different story. Jackson was met with relentless pressure early in the game, suffering sacks on consecutive drives and even losing the football on a fumble. There were moments in the game when he seemed caught off guard by the speed of Arizona State's linebackers as they swiftly corralled him during his efforts to escape the pocket. A significant setback came during a pivotal fourth down late in the game when Jackson mishandled a snap under center, derailing a potential scoring opportunity. Despite these hurdles, Jackson demonstrated considerable growth in the second half. After completing 9 of 16 passes for 71 yards in the first half, he rebounded brilliantly after halftime, connecting on 16 of 20 throws for 113 yards and a touchdown. His ability to adapt and perform against a defense intent on limiting his explosive plays marked an encouraging turnaround. On one notable drive that followed the mishap with the snap, Jackson successfully completed 7 out of 9 passes, culminating in a 3-yard touchdown toss to wide receiver Kalil Evans. Coach Kinne praised his quarterback's adjustments, noting, "I think we settled down and got a better feel for what they were doing on defense, what Brad was seeing, what Brad wasn't seeing." Defensive bright spots for the Bobcats. Despite the loss, there were encouraging signs from the Texas State defense. Quarterback Sam Leavitt of Arizona State proved to be a difficult opponent to contain, converting several close calls into significant plays, including a remarkable jumping pass to wide receiver Jordan Tyson, who evaded a defender to score a touchdown. That said, Texas State was able to apply some pressure on Leavitt. Defensive ends Kalil Alexander and DonTerry Russell each recorded a sack, with linebacker Treylin Payne contributing another. This is noteworthy because the previously anticipated pass rush had struggled in earlier games against Eastern Michigan and UTSA, making Saturday's performance a potential indicator of improvement moving forward. Furthermore, the Bobcats' run defense showed resilience, allowing the Sun Devils 177 rushing yards at an average of 4.6 yards per carry, excluding a lengthy 75-yard touchdown run by Raleek Brown. While the Bobcats cannot disregard Brown's run, the overall performance of the run defense suggests that Arizona State did not frequently gain significant yardage, which is a positive takeaway for future games. Texas State faces health challenges. Despite a strong effort, Coach Kinne acknowledged that injuries within the squad complicated their preparation leading up to the game. He stated, "For the lack of healthy bodies, it was hard for us to practice like we need to." While Kinne refrained from providing specific details regarding injuries, he mentioned that some players competed while nursing injuries, while others were simply unable to participate. Key players were affected, with defensive end Jolison Landry missing 2 games due to an injury sustained against Eastern Michigan, and defensive end Tymir Jackson having briefly exited the UTSA game before returning against Arizona State. Notably, offensive back Trez Moore has yet to play this season. Right guard Telek Lockett managed to play despite leaving the UTSA matchup due to an injury. Concerningly, tight end Blake Smith was another casualty in the Arizona State game, leaving the field with an injury after being hit by 2 defenders in the third quarter. Coach Kinne did not provide any updates on his condition post-game. "Hopefully we'll be healthy enough to practice like we need to on Tuesday," Kinne remarked, signaling the importance of getting his team back to full strength. For updates on Texas State football and to engage with more content, follow the American Statesman on social media. Your support makes this journalism possible, allowing for continued coverage of your favorite teams.